Hey there everybody, we're going to learn about adding exponents. The one thing I see students do all the time is we'll see something like square root of 3 plus square root of 2. Well, that equals square root of 5. No. Okay, that is not how they work. So the first thing I want you to do is say, okay, well, once I have square roots, I can't just add them like normal numbers, something is going on. And how do I want you to think about them? I want you to think of them like x's and y's, like how we do variables. They actually add in a very similar way. So for example, if I had a 2x plus a 3x, you add it together, and what's that going to be? That's going to be a 5x. Cool. What if I have 3x plus 2y? Well, what's that going to equal? 3x plus 2y. You can't do anything with it because they're not like terms. That's considered done. So if you have different letters, you can't add them. Let me give you my examples with the square root. 2 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 5 equals, all you're going to do, they're considered like terms. That's like 2x plus 3x. The answer is going to be 5 square root of 5. Just think about it. Hey, I've got 2 square root of 5s in my hand. Somebody just gave me 3 more square root of 5s. Altogether, I have 5 square root of 5s. Okay? Now we go on to this example right here, and I'm going to have 3 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 5. What does that equal? 3 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 5. The answer is nothing. These aren't considered like terms. So I want you to think about roots as you would do adding like terms, okay? Let me put a few up on the board, and I think that'll really help you to understand. Okay, let's look at the couple that I have up right here. So right here, I look at this, and I just see them as like terms, like it was 5x minus 2x, okay? So I'm going to do the numbers. 5 minus 2 is 3, and I'm just going to copy the square root. And that's really all you do. Let's look at this other one right here. Square root of 6, square root of 6, those are like terms that I can combine, but the root 3 is not, okay? That's something very different. So when I add these up, I'm just going to get 10 root 6 minus 2 root 3. And I'm done. I stop right there. I can't do anything more. So you need the root to be the same in order to add or subtract them. When you see it on the worksheets and we do them one by one, I think it's going to really help you. And remember, you can find that at Mac's Tutorials, MACS. I'm Mac. All right, now, those are nice and set up for you. What about when they're not nice and set up for you? I'm going to give you 1 or 2 ugly ones just so I know you're on the path and ready to go. Here we go. Let's do a couple ugly ones. Okay, let's look at these right here. Okay, well, this is a root 28 minus something with a root 7. They don't match. Done. We're finished. I wish. Okay, step number 1 is you need to simplify the radical into its lowest form. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to pull my 28 aside. Okay, and that's going to be 4 times 7. 4 is going to be 2 times 2. Do I have a pair? Yeah, I do have a pair. Boom, boom. But when I pull the pair out, there's already a 6 there. So whatever I pull out has to be multiplied by that. So 2 times 6 is going to be 12. And after all that's done, what's left over? Only the 7. Now, after I reduced it, now look what I got. I now have like terms. I'm now going to subtract the big numbers, and I'm going to copy the radical, and that, my friends, is how it's done. Okay, let's do one over here. Root 18, root 8, root 3, they're all different. Can't do anything with it. I wish. Untrue. We got to break down the 18, okay? 18 breaks down to 9 times 2, and the 9 breaks down to 3 times 3. So square root of 18 is really 3 times 3 times 2. Now, do I have a pair? I do, right there. There's my pair of 3s. So I'm going to pull out a 3, and that 3 has to go with the 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And what's left over of that 18? Well, the only thing left over is that 2. Boom. Okay. Well, what about 8? 8 can get pulled out too. So I'm going to go here. You're going to have a lot of side work with these. Okay. 8 is 4 times 2, and that is going to be 2 times 2. So I've got 3 2s. Well, I got to pull out a pair. There's my pair. I'm going to pull out a 2 to go with that 2. So I'm going to minus 2 times 2 is 4. And what, my friends, is left over? A 2. I can't do anything with a 3, so I'll just go plus root 3. Now that I've restated it, now you can see that I have like terms here, and I have non-like terms. These are like x's, and that's like a y. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first 2, and I'm going to get 8 root 2, and my leftover is going to be the root 3. And that, my friends, is the answer, okay? So this should be enough to get you a head start. This is how we add and subtract square roots.